Uh, Photoshop 7.0 tutorial on selecting using a solid color background and then one with more of a complicated background like that. You can easily select items that are on a solid color background simply by selecting the quick selection brush or the magic wand tool, where you select the background and then easily select the inverse, and then you can copy and paste that into a new document, and it's pretty fast and easy. In this case, we've got a more complicated background. Like if I was going to select the girl here, there's no solid background to select from, so I can do it one of two ways, and it has to do with the lasso tool. I'm going to start out with the magnetic lasso tool, and that's hidden off underneath the lasso tool in the toolbar. Then I one mouse click, then I let up on the mouse. I'm not holding down on the mouse at all, and I move around the edge of her head, and it's going to try to snap into what it thinks is the edge. It does a pretty good job, but it's not perfect. As you can see, it missed part of her face there. So if I go backwards and hit the delete key, backwards, and hit the backspace key, then I can undo an anchor point. Look at that, backspace, 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 backspace. Now if I want to actually put a point on, by clicking the mouse, I'm one mouse clicking to add a point. I just click there, click there, click there, click there. So it gives me a little more control when I see an obviously contrasting area between the red and the dark code. It's pretty easy. You can move along pretty quick. I'm going to go across. You can always one mouse click to add an anchor point, and if you screw up and it puts one way out here, you can see how you can move backwards and then hit the backspace key on the PC, the delete key on the Mac, backspace, 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 and it'll undo an anchor point. Then I can go around. I'm one clicking with the mouse, and one click, 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 and then back. When I get around to the beginning, it gives me a little circle. You can just see a little circle. Then I need to one click again to make the selection. Then it's a simple edit copy, and if I was going to go over here to paste, there's my paste, and I've got the gal over here. Now, you asked about feathering a selection. If I wanted to put a softer edge around her, that's when I would use the feathering command, and that's under select at the top, down to feather, and I'm just going to put in a random number here. It's 22. And now when I do an edit copy, going back over here and do an edit paste, you can see the difference between the feathered and the unfeathered version as I zoom in. And of course I could have done less than 22 to make a little softer edge, because that edge here is a little bit harsh. So there's your quick tutorial, Carl, on how to make a selection against a complicated colored background.